Hi, this is Joe with Prep Agent, and many of you guys have been following to pass the real estate exam. And I wanted to introduce this very special friend of mine today. I'm here with Cecy Dowling. Hi, Cecy.
Hi, Joe.
So just so everybody knows, Ceci's very special to me because she started the business about 15 years ago when we actually more or less started together, más o menos 1 or 2 years.
That's absolutely right.
And so we've stayed in touch and we've gone through a lot of good times and bad, and she's managed to get through all of them. And the reason I wanted to bring her on today, because a lot of you guys are starting out new, and very few people had as many challenges as Ceci had. And I just loved her attitude and love how she overcame obstacles and never took no for an answer and managed to be successful. And I wanted to bring that attitude to light, and hopefully you could talk to people about it who are getting into the business. What do you think?
Hi. Becoming a real estate agent for me was easy. The hardest part was to meet with the clients that they think because you have an accent, you might not know as much or you might be stupid. And you have to educate the clients and teach them and show them that to show you respect. And I am pretty pleased to have repeated clients for so many deals, so many years, and I think that's one of my greatest success.
So let's talk about when you first started, when we first met. So you were new to the business, your accent was pretty heavy at the time, and you didn't have that much help. You were very much on your own. Now you're a part of a company that has a great support structure, but I know I was there with you. You didn't have a big support structure. So how did you get that confidence 15 years ago as a new agent with an accent, without a lot of support, to be able to establish that credibility you're talking about now?
Well, I still have that accent, as you can hear.
No, I didn't notice at
I
all. What are you talking about?
it was my first time being a realtor. That was my first company. I didn't know what to expect or not. So at that time, it was okay to me. All I have to do is research it on my own. I'm pretty persistent, and as you said, I never take no for an answer.
Right, because you
I've
got it
been
done.
even called pushy sometimes, but at the end I show them that my intentions are good and they become my clients become friends at the end.
Right. Because in that beginning, you pretty much hit the road. You did the classic thing. You introduced yourself, you did the business cards, you didn't rely on people going to open houses or up desks or anything of that nature. And you were one of those people where if you didn't know something, you learned it. You didn't rely on other people to teach you. You asked other people to teach you, but if that wasn't available, it didn't stop you.
Absolutely, you're right. You have to do it. You should never rely on somebody else's. You should always look for it. The answers are all over the place. You have to look for it and you learn. That's the way I think.
No, and that's why it's successful because talking to agents going into this business, I've always said this line of the best part about real estate is you're on your own. The worst part about real estate is you're on your own. And people can sign up with whatever broker they want, and there's more support in others than there are with some. But at the end of the day, you got to get it done and you got to figure things out. And even the best broker out there is not going to hold your hand and walk you through every step of the process.
Absolutely. They are not going to give you any clients. At the end of the day, you have to do your homework. You have to go and look for clients. For me, it's really easy because I talk to everybody, but I learn to talk with intention. Let's say, for example, I'm at the gym and somebody say hi to me and two, three words later, I'm asking, hey, by the way, are you selling your place? So they ask me, why are you asking? So I tell them I'm a realtor. So if you need a place to buy, sell, or if you have heard of anyone that wants to buy or sell, refer them to me. They're going to be pretty pleased. And believe it or not, it works. You have to talk with intention everywhere you go. You have to bring it up because people don't know that you are a realtor. People don't know that you have ethics. People don't know that you are actually want to help. But if you convey that, and somebody might say no, but it doesn't matter. Maybe the next one will say yes. Like my first client, she referred me 5 other clients. I remember being with 5 transactions a month, and everything was pretty new to me, but I loved it. I love it, and I wouldn't change it. I love the story. I love that I have to research it. I love that I have to go after the clients. And well, here I am, still working hard.
No, you're doing great. And one of the things I noticed about you when we first met, and you may not even be aware of what I noticed about you when I first met, of how much I was observing, but the big thing I noticed about you was the nonverbals, the presence you had. Because you talk about that accents or not knowing things, but sometimes people take for granted that confidence that people can portray. And you always walked up to people very directly, with a lot of confidence, and said, I could get this done for you, where it didn't become a question about accent or experience. There was just this air of, I'm here, I want to work, I want to listen to you, I want to get this done. We're going to figure it out together.
Yes, and I do feel that I can help, and that's my main motivation. I love the feeling of giving the keys to a first-time buyer that they thought they could never make it, or because their budget was so low, a lot of agents turned them down. A lot of agents didn't even return the phone calls. And when they sees you and say, thank you, without you, I couldn't done it, it's just the greatest pleasure. And you know that you're going to have those clients for the rest of your life. That's a great feeling.
It is a good feeling, and I just love how you kind of gave that presence. And maybe we'll do this again, another chat, where we could talk more specifically how you present yourself in such a confident way, because it is a skill to a certain degree that people take for granted, and it is something that got you where you are. As you said, it overcame obstacles of accent or knowledge. But I try and convey to people when I talk about you how you have this presence of, I got your back, I'm going to support you. Even if I don't know your situation or know the details, I'm going to fight in your corner. And I remember when I was talking about people who were scared going through foreclosures, and we were talking about this 7 years ago, and you were dealing with people who were in the most scared situation they had ever been in. Going through foreclosure is a horrifying experience. And you swept in and said, I got you, don't worry, I'm here for you. And it's just that presence of confidence, and people feed off that.
I think the best teacher is actually doing it. Um, every day we find transactions sometimes are very complex, but it doesn't matter. You you encounter a problem, and if you don't know how to solve it, if you don't know the answer, just go to your broker. If your broker doesn't know the answer, we have the card a legal line. They do it for free. Well, not for free. We pay, right? But I mean, if you have any answer, you just call them, and they'll give you the right legal answer, how to follow up. So there's always um, answers. So you have to look for them. But if you're going to wait for them to come to you, they might not. So you have to be proactive. That's the main thing. You have to do your homework. If you don't, then that's when people get in trouble. Try to do and research the property and everything you have to research about, and just give your honest opinion and do your best, and you're always going to have a job, a career. But a lot of agents, when they are new, they are just want the money right away, and they overpass ethics. And we are here for the long haul. We are here for a career, not for just one transaction. So my way of thinking is I do everything as if they were watching me. Or if I want somebody to do it for me, I will treat the same way that I will treat my transaction, because I want them to be happy, and I want them to know that there is honest people.
Yeah,
So that's how I think in everything I do.
yeah. No, I agree. I mean, you talk about the ethics and all that, and I've certainly trusted you over the years, a lot of my own personal situations, and I'd be happy to refer other people to you because you have the ethics, but you also have that strength that I admire so much, and your ability to overcome obstacles and research, whether it is foreclosures or condos. And I love what you're talking about being knowledgeable about other things, because so many new agents get scared. Like, oh, foreclosure, I don't know what that is. or a certain type of condo. I don't know what that is. Or a commercial property. I don't know what that is. I don't want to go near it. I'll refer it to somebody. Where you more have the attitude of, I don't know what it is, but I can learn.
Absolutely. I just have a client that needs to move 22 million. He's doing a 1031 exchange. I have never done a 1031 exchange, but hey, I'm doing it. I don't care. So you'll hear from me once it's done.
And the other beauty of what you do is you don't say you know everything about whether it's a 1031 exchange or foreclosure. You go to people and say, hey, I may not know a few things, but I'm going to find out for you, and I got your back through the whole process, and I'm going to learn it with you. So you also don't lie and say, oh, I've done this a million times. You just, that confidence overcomes any lack of knowledge you may have and your desire to learn.
Nobody knows everything, and I think being honest with yourself, that's the first step to be a successful person in a realtor or successful in every way. And I know I don't know everything, but I ask, I research, I read, I will find the answer. That's who I am.
And I love you for all that. And so we're still friends, and you're still helping me out and also other people in the business who could use some help. With that being said, would it be okay if I gave out your information of how people could find you if they want to refer a business or talk to you more about real estate or practicing real estate as they get into this business?
I would love that.
Okay, so just so you guys know, Cecy is with Keller Williams. And what city are you out of right now?
I'm in Burbank, California.
And I have her information on the screen right now. It'll also be in the show notes below. And I'm going to talk to Cecy about more detailed things. And we talked about maybe working with buyers, listings, speech of how to approach people, how to talk to people. But right now, you got a good gist of who she is. And the most important stuff as you enter is that attitude, the honesty, and the drive to learn, not necessarily how to do a listing, the speeches, and all the other details, which we will cover at a later time. What do you think, Cecy?
Excellent. I'm here.
Great. So this is Joe from Prep Agent with my good friend of 15 years, Cecy Dowling out of Keller Williams in Burbank. And I hope everybody passes the test. And if you have any issues, be sure to contact me and I'll get you passed so you can embark on a career just like she has right now.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good luck, guys.
Bye.